Zerga, the Lost Epoch, The Serpent's Shadow, Episode 3, Unveiling the Devil's Subtle Corruption Through Secret Societies. Welcome to the Lost Epoch, a journey I've created to unite the arts and humanities, linking biblical scripture as a guiding light to dispel darkness and ignorance. In this episode, I dive into William Bramley's The Gods of Eden, a book that has gripped me as one of the most thought-provoking reads I've ever encountered. I uncover a hidden history where secret societies, a priesthood of the serpent, and the devil's crafty deception have shaped our past, corrupted good organizations, and fueled rebellion against God. This isn't about blatant evil. It's about subtle infiltration that turns light into shadow, a realization that sends shivers down my spine as I reflect on it. I've spent countless hours poring over Bramley's words, and I'm convinced this narrative reveals truths buried beneath the surface of our world. I invite you to join me as I explore how these forces have steered human history and how we can resist their snares, shedding light on the Nephilim's hidden legacy. This is more than a story, it's a call to awaken, and I'm eager to share what I've learned with you. 1. Secret Societies and Conspiracies. As I read The Gods of Eden, I was struck by Bramley's revelation of secret societies shaping our world in ways I never imagined. I found groups like the Freemasons and Knights Templar aren't just historical curiosities. Bramley suggests they're pawns in a conspiracy orchestrated by unseen forces. I see them operating through hidden rituals and coded knowledge, influencing wars and revolutions to keep power concentrated in a few hands. The secrecy fascinates me. It's how they manipulate policies, economies, and even cultural shifts while I and others remain unaware of the strings being pulled. I recall moments in history, like the French Revolution or the rise of certain empires, and I wonder how much of it was their doing. I believe this is no accident. It's a deliberate strategy tied to a deeper, otherworldly agenda that Bramley uncovers, and it's left me questioning the shadows behind our history. I feel a mix of awe and unease as I consider how these societies have thrived in the dark, shaping my world without my knowledge, and I'm driven to expose their influence. 2. Priesthood of the Serpent. What captivated me most was Bramley's concept of the priesthood of the serpent, an ancient order I linked to the biblical serpent in Eden. I see this group as the devil's earthly agents, spreading division and control through the ages, and it's a discovery that keeps me up at night. I trace their influence in religious and political structures, using esoteric knowledge to manipulate from the shadows. Bramley's research shows me they've guided secret societies and fostered conflict, keeping humanity subjugated under a veil of ignorance. I find this serpent cult a chilling symbol of the devil's craftiness, turning good intentions into tools of oppression, and it's a battle I feel called to understand as part of my spiritual journey. I think about how this priesthood might have whispered in the ears of ancient kings or modern leaders, and it makes me question the origins of the power structures I see today. I'm determined to peel back these layers, to see how this ancient evil continues to affect me and my faith, driving me to seek the truth with every page I turn. 3. Manipulation of human history. Bramley's argument that human history is manipulated hit me hard, and I can't shake it. I see wars, empires, and even technological advances as steered by these shadowy forces to keep us divided, a pattern that leaps off the pages as I read. I notice a recurring theme from the Pharaoh's conquests to modern conflicts, all designed to prevent unity and spiritual growth, and it leaves me feeling both betrayed and inspired. I believe the devil's hand, through the priesthood and secret societies, ensures I and others fight rather than rise together, a manipulation I now recognize in the headlines I scan daily. Bramley's insights challenge me to question the history I've been taught, and I feel a growing urge to break free from this cycle of strife that serves a nefarious purpose. I reflect on how I've accepted these narratives without scrutiny, and it fuels my resolve to dig deeper. I want to understand how this manipulation has shaped my life, my community, and my understanding of the world, pushing me to seek a higher truth beyond the lies. 4. Corruption of good organizations. One of Bramley's most alarming claims that I can't ignore is how good organizations fall to corruption, and it hits close to home. I think of a corporation feeding the poor or a charity healing the sick becoming targets. And I see the devil infiltrating these groups, shifting their focus from service to profit or power through his agents. I imagine a multi-billion-dollar company once aligned with God's will, turning into a tool of greed or harm, and it's a transformation I've witnessed in real world examples that disturb me. This slow poison, where boardroom decisions replace compassion, shows me the devil's ability to corrupt from within, and I feel a personal stake in exposing it. I recall stories of organizations I once admired, now tainted by scandal, and I wonder how much of that was orchestrated. It's a stark reality I want to reveal to protect what's good, and I'm motivated to use this series to warn others about the fragility of even the best and best intentions when faced such cunning influence. 5. The Devil's Deception and Rebellion. I find Bramley's portrayal of the devil as a master of deception incredibly insightful, and it resonates with me deeply. I notice he doesn't show his true face, but hides behind smiles and suits, turning rebellion against God into a quiet coup that I can almost feel in the air around me. I connect this to Eden's fall, where the serpent's whisper led to disobedience, an echo I see in today's institutions, and it's a realization that strengthens my resolve. I believe this craftiness is my clue to resist. By recognizing these patterns, I can reclaim my path, using scripture and unity to counter the devil's snares and restore divine order in my life and beyond. I think about how I've been swayed by false promises or corrupted ideals, and it drives me to be more vigilant. I want to share this awakening with you, to stand together against the forces that seek to pull us away from God's truth, and I see this episode as the first step in that mission. Conclusion. This has been a brief summary of the truths I've uncovered in William Bramley's The Gods of Eden, but I encourage you to read the entire book for yourself. You can get it here, The Gods of Eden, on Amazon. These are the subjects Bramley covers that I didn't explore today. Ancient astronaut theory suggests extraterrestrial custodians influenced human development. Extraterrestrial control hypothesis proposes ongoing alien manipulation through human agents. Historical patterns of conflict identifies recurring war cycles as part of a deliberate agenda. Spiritual warfare frames the struggle as a battle between divine truth and evil forces. True human spirituality discusses humanity's potential for peace when free from manipulation. Next episode, I'll summarize and review Zecharia Sitchin's thought provoking work, The 12th Planet. See you then.